Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hey everybody, Anthony Rodriguez here, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. How's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. Never mind Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oishino, oishino, oishino. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Boy, I'm just ready for another productive day. I'm ready for another beautiful show of sharing with you. And you know what? Everybody, you know what? Now that I have you on, everybody just type in and say, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready, just so I know, so we're all in alignment with everything that we need to do today. So I'm going to light a little sage. And I was burning a little while I was talking to my producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, and Tiffany Michelle White Sage Woman. And I'm going to ask Creator Great Spirit, in all my relations, seven generations back, 7 generations present, and 7 generations forward, that they would clear any disturbances, any energies that are not needed, any negative energies that are unnecessary in the broadcast of this channel. That I would be a clear channel, that all the computers and the telephones and all the phone lines and the airwaves across Los Angeles and across the country and around the world would be a clear channel, and that I would share a good message, a message that is necessary, a message that everybody would like to hear. And if it isn't something you would like to hear, maybe it would be helpful to you, and I would be of help to you in a good way. Hey. All right. Today's show, Planting the Seeds of Healing, Joy and a New Life, with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Planting the seeds of a new life. What is the life you want? What is the life you're ready to start? I was just talking with, again, my producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, about what's going on with me right now. And it is such a powerful time for me. It is not just a powerful time for me. It is a powerful time for everybody. And are you ready? Oishino, oishino, oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Aho, aho. So before we get started, I'd like to go, before we get really ready, I'd like to go into my calendar and let you folks know where I'm going to be, because I have so much coming up. I want to let you know that at some point in June, late June and early July, I will be broadcasting live from Sedona, because I'm going to be moving to Sedona. And as soon as I move to Sedona, I will be making my way across the country, planning and booking events across the country, not just events, but I will be booking healing sessions. If you are looking to start something different, or if you are looking to change your life and you would like a healing session, like to have a reading with me where I read the subtle energy of your body, so we can talk about where it is you are at, where it is you are going, what it is you need to do to get there. If you would like a mentoring session, or a coaching session, or a drum session, a clearing session, a drum healing session, let me know. Go to my email address, anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, and send me a message. I normally charge $140 for my sessions, and I will only be charging $100 as I make my way across the country, so people have access, so it's not so expensive. Yes, I know $100 is a lot of money to some people, but also it's a small price to pay for what it is you want and how to get there, and with the connection that I have and the power that I carry with the messages that come with me for you. So consider that, those are going to have to be prepaid, because I will only do a certain amount of healings in each town that I stop in. And also, the drum healings are only a half hour long, so they're $80. They're not $100. They're $80. Okay, so keep that in mind. So that being said, Sedona very soon, and I will be broadcasting live from Sedona once it happened, and then live from across the country. So you may just be able to be a part of the show while I'm traveling live. You never know. We'll have to work that out with my producer. All right. So every Tuesday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine will come to you in full living color and in full audio on Blog Talk Radio and Be Live TV. Aho. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sound Vibration Magic Drum Bath Journey with Walking Crow comes to you at live in a shamanic journey to take you to the place of the fire, to the place of the lower world, the middle world, the upper world. Where is it that you want to go? What are the gifts that you're looking for? Do you know who your spirit guide is? Or your spirit animals? Have you met them? Take the opportunity to do that. We don't charge for this, but we do ask for a donation because there should be an exchange of energies, and that's the energetic world. I hope so. And also on the 5th of May in Sedona, at the Sedona Creative Life Healing Center, this side of consciousness with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. This side of consciousness. What side of consciousness are you on? Are you conscious? Are you unconscious? Are you in the middle and not sure what that means? Come out and learn what that means. Find out what consciousness is for you. Find out what consciousness is for others. Learn about energy healing. And we will also be doing a journey. We will also be journeying that day too. And you'll be able to share in the sacred circle about what that means for you, what consciousness means for you, what journey means to you. What it is to be healed by the drum when I play it, to be healed by my voice. Because if you are healed by my voice, when you hear it, you are already well down the road in your consciousness because you are conscious of that. That is May 5th, 2018 in Sedona at the Sedona Creative Life Center. And that's $40 for the event. If you sign up early by the 30th, it's only $30. So sign up early and get in there where there's only 20 seats available. All right. All right. So, and then on May 19th and the 20th, I will be teaching a drum making workshop. We will be making a 12-inch hand drum. I call them shamanic drums for myself and for other shamans that I make them for medicine people. But for you, it would be called a hand drum. And I will teach you how I make them in my sacred way by offering tobacco, offering sage, offering prayer, taking time to set intention for the frame, for the cylinder, taking time and setting intention for the skin before we soak the skin. We're going to stain the frame or the cylinder. And then the next day, we're going to come back at 10 a.m. and we're going to assemble those drums in ceremony. It's $200 and you will walk away with a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 12-inch elk skin drum. And then I will be on the 3rd of June. I am going to be doing a talk called Word and Consciousness at the Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness. Do you understand what it is to be in your word, palabra, word, and really mean word? I'm talking about truth. Are you in your truth of your word and the word of your truth? Do you say one thing and do another? Do you say one thing and then say something else to somebody else? Or do you totally stand in the truth in who and what you are? Are you conscious of your actions? Are you conscious of your behavior? And if you are you speaking to a higher consciousness and a higher truth? Come join us in Pasadena at Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness on June 3rd at 11 p.m. The church is going to be full because I'm full. And last event that I'm going to announce is on June 16th, the day before Father's Day, Healing the Masculine Soul. I'm inviting men and women to come together in healing the masculine soul. Men have been emasculated. Men have been castrated emotionally. They are not able and don't want to tell you what it is they want to tell you for fear of retribution, for fear of shame, for fear of anger, for fear that they may not be loved. And women, the same thing. They don't want to talk to them, and men don't want to talk to the women. And I'm going to ask you to come together on this day so we can create unity, so we could create connection. We can create word, palabra, consciousness between divine feminine and divine masculine, between divine feminine and divine feminine, between divine masculine and divine masculine. Who and what is your partner, and how do you communicate? Or do you communicate? Are you not able to communicate? Create consistency in your life by being honest, really honest with yourself, and not by being angry. You know, you can say, you know what, when you said that to me, that really hurt my feelings. I had to learn how to say that, but I learned it in anger management years ago. Anyways, so let's move on with the show. That's where I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be doing. Oh, and that event for Father's Day on the 16th of June, it's going to be $20, and it's going to be outdoors in the garden at the church in Pasadena. It's going to be great, a great, great event. So if you live in the Los Angeles area, or you're going to be in the Los Angeles area, join us. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can go to service there if you want, or then you just shuffle off to breakfast or brunch, or have a good lunch with your loved ones. All right? All righty. Okay. So, where am I? Okay. So, by the way, when I travel, I'm going to be going to Connecticut, and I will be in the hometown of my producer and the hometown of Goldylocks Productions. And maybe, just maybe, if you whisper loud enough or strong enough or powerful enough, Tiffany Michelle White, Sage Woman, and I will probably maybe do a show together. What do you think? Let us know what you think about that too. All righty. So where are we? Where are we today? Oh, okay. So interesting thing today. I woke up and I did a video, and a crow landed on a telephone wire outside while I was spending time with dog medicine. When I was with the pack, when I was with Truth, and protection. I am protected. So, but I was told this morning for me to share. I have to share, and this is what I do. I speak. I vibrate out. So this morning I came home, or came to the studio, and I pulled the card. I pulled the chakra card. That is third eye. Mysticism. Mysticism is being in your knowing, being in your understanding, being able to sit still and not being distracted by what's outside the doors, or, waiting to be invited in. I have this little issue where the guides are speaking to me in my right ear for the last few days. And, I'm trying to, and I know it's a broadcast from someplace else. It's coming in, it's transmitting, but I'm being patient and I'm listening. I am stepping into the mysticism of what it is that I say, what it is that I do, the power and the knowing of spirit, the power and the knowing of the guides as they guide me through my life. Sedona is next, and then across the country in the United States to share with many. I never planned on becoming a mystic. I never planned on becoming a medicine man. I never planned on becoming a seer, a knower, a healer, a shaman. I don't like using that word, but that's a word that people refer to me as. I never planned on being these things, but here I am. Here I am in the power of my third eye, in the power of my knowing, the power of my being, the power of my saying, my transmission. In the power of transmission, my ears are fifth chakra and they're sixth chakra. They transmit, and they're receivers. They're like a dish that you have on your roof if you have some sort of TV where you have to have a satellite, and also, how special is today when I pull the Eagle card and the card of mysticism. Eagle, great spirit. The power of spirit is with me. I stand in the power of the four-legged dogs this morning, in the power of the four directions, in the power of all things, in the power of spirit, in the power of knowing what I see. I see from way up high, and I receive from Creator Great Spirit. I don't have another way. There is no other way for me. I don't know anything else. I only know Great Spirit, and I trust what Great Spirit says to me, and I trust that the vibration and the incoming that's coming into this right ear is going to manifest and change, not just for myself, but for all of you. For all of you. Aho shinowana honata. Aho shinowana. Hey, what a beautiful and special day. All right. So, planting the seeds of healing, joy, and the new way of life. What is the new way of life for you? We are well into springtime. And anybody who knows and follows me knows that when I talk about springtime, it means something. It's about new beginnings. It's about manifestation. It's about direction of the east, direction of the fire, direction of grandfather sun, where the sun rises in the east, direction of the born and the unborn. What is it within you that hasn't been born yet? That's in the chrysalis. That's in its slow manifestation of becoming in the chrysalis and manifesting to butterfly. What is it within you that's slowly evolving? Are you like the great seed of the mighty oak, where you have to die and become new to grow into the mighty oak? What is it that's inside you that wants to say, here I am, here I go, please help me, show me, take me, speak to me, listen to me, hear me, love me, love me, love me. This morning, one of my friends, Maite, posted on Facebook, and she was asking about, I love you. What does that mean? And most people don't know what I love you means because they don't know how to let themselves die. They're too busy holding on. They're too busy dog paddling. They're too busy worrying and running around in Chicken Little, making chicken shits, making chicken shit to because they don't know how to be grounded. They don't know how to be rooted. They don't know how to be fruited. They don't know how to be right here, right now. What is it inside you that needs to die? Is it that Chicken Little that needs to die? Does it need to be a chicken sandwich that you need to gulp it down and say, and satisfy a hunger that you have that's festering inside? Do you have a hunger that festers inside? And I think I just became a floating head for my producer when I get to this close to the screen, but I do it on purpose because I want to get close to you and I want you to understand that I am with you when I say that. Do you have a hunger festering inside that is dying to come out and dying to be happy and dying to be new and dying to be free and dying to speak and dying to be loved and love? Do you love? Are you love? Not are you loved? Are you love? Are you love? Do you love? I ask a lot of questions. And this morning I went back to my old mantra. And of I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. You are where love lives, and you are what hope looks like. Are you? Can you? Will you? Do you? Do you? Are you? Are you love? And are you what hope looks like? I will ask you that question till I'm blue in the face. Fifth chakra blue, as a matter of fact, and indigo for the third eye. I will ask you that till I'm blue in the face because I am serious as, pardon the expression, a heart attack. And where do you love? Air, lungs. I love, I'm loved. This is the fourth chakra. You cannot love from a place of the fourth chakra. From a place of water, the second chakra, emotions, a place of connections, a place of connections to others, to the fourth chakra of the heart, air, lungs. I love, I'm loved. Air. Without going through the fire, the fuego, the third chakra, I can, I will, I do, I am. Do you? Are you? Can you? Will you? I ask those questions from the third chakra. Are you ready? Oishi no comes from the third chakra. Oishi no doesn't come from the heart. Oishi no doesn't come from the voice. Oishi no doesn't come from my third eye or creator great spirit. Oishi no, are you ready, comes from the third chakra and from the root chakra of being present in your world. Are you present in this world? Do you know where your feet are, and where your feet are planted? Are you growing roots, or are you looking to run someplace else to see what's happening somewhere else? Because that's what happens in America. People are always looking to see if the grass is greener on the other side. Do you water your grass? Do you nurture your grass? And grass is nature. Grass is nature. Plants are nature. Do you water those things that are earth medicine, that are nature? Do you nurture your nature? Those are the seeds of planting. Those are the seeds for planting of love, of what love is, of what love can be, of what love should be. Do you take self-care seriously, or do you pretend? Do you take like a vitamin and pretend like you're nurturing yourself or you're taking care of yourself? That's not nurturing yourself or taking care of yourself. The grocery stores are full of products that are whittled down and whittled down and whittled down, and they're added other things are added to them, and they have cancer causing agents. They're processed foods, and they're cancer causing agents that are not good for us. These things will cause cancer within us, but we give those to ourselves anyways. And then I happen to work in a farmer's market type of store with a vitamin department, and people come looking for a vitamin department, but don't realize that a vitamin is processed food. A vitamin is not food. A vitamin is a supplement. It is not food. When will you supplement with water? When will you supplement with dark leafy greens? When will you supplement with fruit? When will you supplement with juice? When will you supplement with those things of the earth, of grounding into the soil, putting your feet on the soil? When will you ground with all those things? And stop giving yourself porky pies. I'll call them porky pies. When will you stop giving yourself the falsities, the things that are not real? Sarah's on. And I know Sarah has Austin in her lap. So hello to both of you, and hello to Anthony as well, Sarah. I love you guys, and thank you for coming. Are you ready? Are you ready to really love yourself? Because loving yourself doesn't mean saying it. Loving yourself means going into the bathroom and looking into the mirror and looking into that self-righteous face of yours and saying, liar, liar, pants on fire. Who are you fooling? I'm looking at you. I am looking at you. I am looking at the image of me. I am the reflection of self. Not only am I the reflection of self, but I am the reflection of all who reflect back to me. Earlier, I talked about the tree. I talked about the nature of nurture. I talked about having to die to become the mighty oak. The acorn has to die to become the mighty oak. Nature to nurture. Are you ready to do what it takes? Are you willing to just pay yourself lip service and double talk? Do you pay yourself and those around you lip service and double talk? There's nothing lip service about me, baby. There's nothing about double talk about me. I do what I say and I say what I do. And those who know me know because my life reflects that. And not all of my life reflects that because I'm manifesting. Every day I go to that job that I just finished talking about. It's a part-time job. And I walk in the doors and I say, well, store, here I am again, but I'm here to say goodbye. I'm here because I'm in my last days and I'm going to be leaving soon. And I want you to know that I appreciate what you've done for me. A whole appreciation is a part of the letting go. Appreciation is a part of manifestation. Appreciation is a part of saying thank you, but no thank you. Gratitude. Gratitude is a daily investment. And are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in the care, the nurture of yourself? Are you investing in the nurturing care of the nurturing nature of yourself? Do you know how? And if you don't, dial this number, 818-442-1717, and call me and set an appointment to come get a session so you can learn how you can be in the nurture of your nature, because nobody needs to be walking around that way and trying to figure things out and trying to get things done without a guide or a teacher. I have guides and I have teachers. So call me for that. I hope. And also, if you want to call in, the call-in number is area code 323-870-3791. Call in and tell me what's on your mind. Ask for help. If you can't ask somebody close to you, ask somebody who will listen to you. Call 323-870-3791 and speak to me. And maybe I can help. And maybe I can help. And if I can't help, I will lead you and send you to somebody who can help you. Whether it's a healing, whether it's a reading, whether it's a mentoring, whether it's a coaching, whether it's a drum session, whatever it is, how can I help you? How can you help you? Do you want to love you really? No, really. And I say it that way on purpose. Do you want to love you really? No, really. And I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna put something out here. I am going to offer something. I don't offer much. At least I don't think so. I think that I offer the show that I do, and that helps a lot of people, and that's beautiful, and that's great and productive. But I'm going to give away a half-hour drumming session, private, whether it's on a conference, video conference, or in person. I'm going to offer this. I am looking for 10 new listeners from each person. Not because I need 10 new listeners, because 10 people who need help and would like to get help, but they don't know how to find help because they don't have insurance, or they don't have money, or they don't have this, or they don't have that. So, and this is free. There's nothing that'll cost them here. They just have to dial in on their phone and their computer, excuse me. So I'm going to offer a half-hour drumming session on video conferencing, where we do a clearing and healing with the drum. And all I'm asking you to do is to have 10 people clock in and listen into the show, or go to Goldylocks Productions and listen to it after it's posted to Goldylocks Productions, or to Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine on YouTube. Goldylocks or my page on YouTube. We want to get as many people there as possible, because there's a lot of people who need help, and Father's Day is coming, and Mother's Day is coming, and there are people who don't have money to buy a gift because they feel they have to. You shouldn't feel you have to buy a gift for somebody. You should want to. You should want to from the bottom of your heart, because you love you enough to love somebody else enough. You love you enough to express to somebody else that I love me so much that I want to give this to you because you're a reflection of me and I am a reflection of you. Say that to your partner today when you see them. But first, find 10 people and send them to YouTube to listen to the show after it's posted on YouTube, on Goldylocks Productions, or on Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, Anthony J. Rodriguez Walking Crow. I hope. Free half-hour drum sessions. And anybody who's been in my drum sessions know that that's a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. Now, you know that we're almost a half hour into this show. Boy, this show flies so fast. And I had a friend of mine who was listening, Courtney Starhart Hale, who's she may be on the show next week. If she says yes, she's going to be on the show next week or the week after. She's an incredible shaman, and she said, "Wow, that show flies. How do you talk? How do you do that?" Because she does podcasts. She was in New York City over the weekend, and I was listening to her podcast over the weekend. She says, "How do you do that? It just flies by. It's just you, and you just talk." And I'm like, "Yeah." I feel it. When I first started doing this, it lasted forever. It felt like forever, but I didn't believe in myself back then. Even though I was teaching, when I was teaching, I hadn't fully stepped into the power and who and what I am. I hadn't fully stepped into my heart, my lungs, my air. I'm loved. I hadn't stepped into my fire, my fuego. I can, I will, I do, I am. Are you ready? Are you ready to step into the power and the fire of those things? Aho. Aho. Are you ready? I am ready. Aho. I am ready. Like to welcome Linda. Linda, thank you for coming aboard. Sarah's out there, and many others who are listening. And I got to tell you, I post on social media all the time, on Facebook, and I belong to all, like over 30 or 40 groups or something. And whenever I do a video that I deem worthy, I post it to those places. And today, Facebook blocked about 4 of those postings. And I went in because they were calling it spam. It's not spam. I'm a human being. I'm doing it personally. Let them know. And they actually reposted everything that I had posted or they had removed. So I want to thank them. And yeah. So I want to remind everybody the call-in number is area code 323-870-3791. And are you ready? Let me know that you're ready. Let me know that you're ready. I am going to be also, just a reminder, I'm doing this for me and I'm saying this for me. I will be setting up in Asheville, North Carolina in the month of July, a drum making workshop. And if I can do it in Connecticut as well, in Groton there with Tiffany White Sage Woman, I would like to set up another one or maybe a couple of them. Who knows? And limit 10 people per workshop. Everybody will get a drum. Everybody will learn how to make a drum in a good way. And if you're interested in that, let me know. Let me know what town you're in or what city you're in. If you can gather 20 people for a workshop, this side of consciousness or a grounding workshop or whatever it is, I will do it because I'm ready to just like blow the wheels off my little Ford Focus out there with the hatchback, with the drums inside and my bags and skins and sage and all of that. And speaking of sage and all of that, I didn't forget, or maybe I did forget, this is California White Mountain Sage. And I, as Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, harvest my own sage. And if you want to come into a new way and start clearing the medicines or the energies in your life, in your house, wherever it is that you're at, or whatever it is that it is, let me know. You can send, you can go to, what is the name of it? The Venmo to Anthony-Walking-Crow-24. Send me $18.75 and I will send you sage, a stick of sage. It's pretty big size. This is about 7 inches or 8 inches. And it'll get you in a couple of days. The $3.75 is for shipping. That's strictly for shipping because that's what it costs. I'm not charging you for the box, and it's only $15 for the sage. So if you want to send $30 plus $3.75, the shipping doesn't go up if you get 2 or 3 sticks of sage. It actually stays the same, which I think is pretty amazing. So, however that breaks down for you, send that to Venmo at Anthony-Walking-Crow-24, and we'll do that. Question about the salt lamp behind you. How do they work? They sell them at Walmart. Are they real? Well, I would never, Linda, thank you very much, but I would never buy anything at Walmart. I won't even walk into a Walmart because of their business practices with their employees and their business practices with the world. They don't tell the truth. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Yes, salt lamps work. I have 2 of them in the studio. There's one behind me and one across the way. They take in the negative energies. They pull them out of the room. When I come in from outside or wherever I've been, not only do I sage, but I turn them up. I brighten them so they vibrate through the space here. So yes, they do work. Find one, maybe not at Walmart. If you have to get it at Walmart, get it at Walmart. And you get one for about $30. Maybe even cheaper there at Walmart. But if you get it at Walmart, get some sage from me. And smudge it before you use it, okay? Make sure you smudge that real good and set the intention for the salt lamp really good for yourself. Yes. Not only do I have salt lamps, but I have salt crystals all around in different places, and I use Himalayan salt to cleanse my body. When I do that out in nature or in the shower, sometimes I will cleanse my body with Himalayan salt to clear the energies of my body and allow those things to go down the drain or go down a river, down a stream, and break up and become rejuvenated and recycle into new energies and good energies. All right, Linda. So go ahead and get yourself a salt lamp. Or if there's a metaphysical store near you or someplace, go there and see if they've got one, or even go online to Amazon. Amazon's got great prices on stuff, and it shows up in a day if you have Prime. So do that. Or I don't know, maybe even Tiffany White Sage Woman out of her store has them. I don't know. So, but yeah, Missy, thank you for the answering. Sadly, we only have 2 stores. Well, and they may only have two salt lamps, and you may get the one that you need. So go ahead and get it there. Whatever works for you. But if you want the sage, send me a message, Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, and I'll send you a link, and you can send me 1875, and I'll send you sage. You can smudge that to clear those energies first. Because, we want to start off on a good foot. And welcome aboard, Linda. Thank you very much. So back to planting seeds of love. I talked about the acorn. When the seed never really gets planted. The acorn doesn't get planted to become a mighty oak. It falls off the tree green, and sometimes a squirrel will come along and start eating the nut. And sometimes somebody will come along and step on it and break it. Sometimes somebody will come along and the ground will be muddy and step on it, and it'll be pushed into the earth where it'll dry in and of itself by itself. That is planting a seed inadvertently. And I believe I plant seeds inadvertently and purposefully. I speak purposefully. But a lot of times when I'm speaking and I'm channeling spirit, I don't know what I've said until later after the show. I listen to the playback, and I hear things that I didn't know that I said, or I'll listen to it tomorrow or the next day, or I'll listen to the show several times because I learn from the show as I listen to it as well. I hear things that I didn't know that were said, and it amazes me. And sometimes I lay down in the bed to listen to it, and in the first 5 minutes, I'm out. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm that boring or the vibration is such from myself, that's where I go, because I know when I drum as well, when I do Drum Journey on Thursday nights and I listen to the replay of the Drum Journey, before a minute or two goes by, I'm out. Boom, I'm out. And I'm journeying, I'm going, I'm manifesting, and I'm going a long way, and I can feel it in my body. Excuse me a second. Oh boy. Talking and doing this much smudging really dries out my throat. I do have a small piece of sage, been saving. I sure will take your advice. Thank you again, honey. Well, you're welcome. Use that sage that you have. You saved it for a reason, so save it and smudge that. And if you need more, reach out to me, because I just harvested a whole bunch the other day, and I'm going to be going up to the mountains again, because I'm going to be harvesting and reharvesting as I prepare to go to Sedona, as I prepare to move and drive across the country. I'm going to be carrying sage with me in the hundreds of sticks, hundreds of bundles. So not because I want to carry it and I need to have that much with me. I just want to be prepared for when I get to someplace, I have something to offer somebody. And if somebody invites me into their home, or if I go to dinner or something with them, and I'm somebody who likes to take a gift, and I always take the gift of sage, the gift of energy, the gift of clearing. And that's just my way. I hope. So the seed, yes. What seeds are you planting? And are you willing to wait and take the time and water and nurture the nature of the seed? Are you willing to nurture the nature of the seed that's within you? Are you, can you, will you, do you? It's been a long time. I've been on my path for quite some time. I got sober 26 years ago. And that was the beginning of the path, I believe. And then over the last 6 or 7 years is when I came into the energy work and the energy body. And I came into my medicine work, the shamanic work, the drumming, and all those things. And this is where I am now, doing this show and speaking to you. Is there a difference between the white and green? Well, there is really no green sage. There's black sage, there's white sage, there's Mexican sage, there's like 100 and some types of different sage here in California alone. And the California white sage is traditionally the sacred sage, the sage that's used by most of the indigenous here, or most of the people here in California for ceremony. Black sage is a more powerful and potent sage. If you're going to go in and do some heavy lifting as a healer or a medicine person, you're going to take some black sage with you. And the black sage is a smaller leaf, but the flower that grows at the top is a real big round ball. but the leaves are smaller. The sage, the California white sage, has longer leaves, and they're actually almost gray on the bottom. They're kind of green, and they fade really fast. They turn to gray. So, if you have green sage, I don't know what kind of green sage you have, but if you can't, take a picture of it and send it to me through Facebook, through messaging, so I can see, and I can maybe give you a heads up on what kind of sage you have. It doesn't matter. Sage is sage. If it's what's most important, Linda, is your intention. Set your intention, and whatever your intention is for that medicine, that's what it's going to be. That's what's going to happen. That's what the clearing that you'll get. Your intention is the most important thing. Are you in your heart when you set your intention? Are you in your knowing, in your third eye when you set your intention? And do you vibrate that out with your hands, with your fifth chakra? Do you vibrate it out with your voice? Do you vibrate it out with love from your fourth heart, from your fourth chakra, from your air lungs, from the place of the heart? Do you extend that outward? Set your intention. Your intention is more important than the sage itself and what kind of sage it is. I hope. Let me see here. Where are you at? Congrats. So congrats. Is there a difference? Congrats. Lost my first hub. Okay, black or white or white. I don't quite understand the question, Linda. You're asking black or white or for sage. Oh, it's just a name. I think the white mountain sage, they call it white because it appears to be white. It's actually like a gray. From far away it looks like it's white. It's not really. It's just the name that they give it. It just that's all it is. It's a title. So it really doesn't make it. It doesn't mean anything. As far as the name goes. But, like I said, it's about your intention and what you're willing to do with it and what you're wanting to do with it. What kind of energies are you wanting to clear? What kind of energies are you willing to clear? Are you willing to start with yourself first by taking breath in, taking the smoke into your lungs, into your heart space? I love, I'm loved. And blowing it out through your mouth, and then smudging your hands and being in word, palabra. I use the word palabra a lot. It's Spanish for word, and that's just a habit that I've gotten into because of my elders and my lodge where I do ceremony. We speak Spanish and English, and sometimes we speak Nahuatl. And if there's a brother from a different nation who may be from Lakota Nation, or they may be from the Cherokee Nation, or the Yaqui, or different Navajo, or different places, they speak their tongue, and so I have a tendency to drop words in that they use in those places. So, yeah. So 323-870-3791 is the call-in number. What is it that we can help you with today? Are you looking to plant seeds of love? Do you know what love is? Do you believe that you are a seed of love, or that you're not a seed of love? Because I'm going to say this, and I've said this before, and anybody who's listened to the show has heard me say that I do not believe that I am that I came from the intention of love. I don't believe that. I don't believe that I came from a place of love. I believe that I came from a place of desperation, from a man that was an alcoholic, and a man and a woman that was running from where she was running from, and they found each other. I believe that I'm an act of desperation. I'm not an act of love. It doesn't mean that I am not love. It just means, and thank you very much, Linda, for the congratulations. Thank you. It doesn't mean that I am not love. I am pure love. Wholly and fully, I am love through and through. I just don't believe that I came from a place of love. I came from a place of desperation. And and people don't know that they come to each other in a place of desperation. We see relationships break up all the time. The divorce rate is 60%. And I believe that divorce rate is 60% because people believe that they have to be married, that they have to adhere to rules and regulations. And, people used to be scorned if you weren't married, or if you had a child out of wedlock. They used to scorn you. They used to gossip about you, and they used to talk about you behind closed doors and closed curtains. And at church, you couldn't go to church because you were that person. Not anymore. We should never have to be in that place and make people feel like they're not worthy of being with us or around us or for us or us for them. Wherever I go, whatever I do, all are welcome. I don't care if you're a Nazi. I don't care if you're a Stalinist. I don't care if you're a communist. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't want to hear about your politics there, but everybody is welcome where I am. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're somebody who speaks to the patriarchy and you're welcome too. And women, feminists, are welcome. I am a feminist, by the way. If I've never talked about that, I am a feminist. I live in my duality of my divine feminine and my divine masculine. And after 26,000 years, women are coming into their power and men are trembling in their boots and they're afraid because they know the wrong that they've done. We know, men. We know. But there's forgiveness for us too. There's forgiveness for those of us who have transcended and done things. I haven't. I mean, if I have, I don't know about it. But you hear about it every day on television. If you watch that sort of junk, people are always being accused of something or they did something. You know what? If you haven't done it, you don't have to defend it. Plain and simple. I never have to put up my dukes. Where do my dukes go up? Right in front of my heart, right in front of my third chakra, right in front of my voice. I don't have to hide from anything. I don't have to defend anything. I come from a place of love. And if you don't like the way that I share love, you're welcome to change the channel to another channel on Goldylocks Productions. But don't change from Goldylocks Productions to somewhere else. Stay on Goldylocks Productions. But if you don't like what I have to say, the way that I talk about love, that's okay. You are still welcome to call in and to send messages and to say hello and criticize if you want. I'm open to that. Love does that. Love opens the door to all things. Love does not close the door and hide and cower in the darkness. I do not cower in the darkness of who and what I am and who and what I say and who and what I believe to be myself to be. Let me see. I am not a child of love either, but Father taught me how to. That's what's important there, lovely lady, Linda, that you were taught how to, because a lot of us were never taught how to. You know, we were always, I was shamed a lot as a young adult, as a child. And that was a tough row to hoe, you know. Where I went to school as a 5-year-old, I became, it was the same place that I got my energy healing training here in San Fernando, California. And that when I went to school there as a 5-year-old, I was abused there, verbally, physically. You know, I was slapped, my ears were pulled, my arm was pulled, my skin was twisted, I was pinched, I was slapped. All these things were done to me there. And when I went to that property years after it wasn't a school, but now it was a school of a different kind for my energy healing. And I came to that steep driveway. I looked up the driveway and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Can I do this? And I did it. And what I learned there was I was able to go full circle and be with that stuff that happened to me as a child in a good way and embrace it, because it wasn't happening anymore. It happened then, but I had carried it in the stinking thinking of the circulating of the story and the recreating of the story and the telling of the story. And oh my gosh. But I wore myself out as a human being spinning that story. But the fact of the matter is, I came full circle and came to be a whole being as a healer in that place, a whole. And by the way, I was born in San Fernando too. And I was not just born in San Fernando. I hold ceremony with my elders there. That's where my inipi is. That's where my sweat lodge is. That's where ceremony happens for me. That is the portal of where I came into this world. And that's probably the portal where I'll go out. And if it's not, that's where my ashes will be spread. The city of San Fernando probably doesn't want to hear that, but I'm going to spread my ashes all over that place, because that was the portal that I came to this place, to this earth place on. Let me see, what was, yes, that is the answer to everything. Going full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle. And by the way, if I keep doing this in different directions, I keep making these circles. And if I stop and pull on the ends of it, it becomes an infinite symbol. Just saying, because that's what I see. That's what I saw. Aho. 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 All right. So do you want to live in spirit? Do you want to be spirit? Eagle flies from the highest place and the closest place to Creator, Great Spirit, to God. Be still and know that you are. Be still to know and that you are. Be still and know that you are the mysticism that you are looking for. You know, there are a lot of people who call themselves mystics, and they did a lot of work to get there. And I may be that, but I don't know. No one's ever called me that. But if they do, I'm willing to accept that title because I understand what I do is important. What I say is important. How I carry a message and how I give it to others is important. And do I say it perfectly? Am I edited? Do people edit my words like they do on television? No. Thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman. Thank you for not editing my words and changing things because I get to speak my truth and from my heart and from my soul. You know, I get to speak from my soul. And growing up as a kid in Catholic school, they always taught us about soul and Jesus, and we read these little paper Bibles called the Good News, which I really never understood. I never understood how to read a Bible until I got older, and I didn't understand. I didn't know what soul was. I know what soul is now. I know what soul is and what the purpose of soul is. And my soul mate and the purpose of my soul to mate with is to mate with Creator, Great Spirit, to mate with God. My soul only loves God. It loves nothing else. It only loves God. And I was taught this by a Hindu monk, an amazing man who, oddly enough, we would go hiking together up in Topanga Canyon, up in the mountains near the beach. And, he would be in his orange robes and I would be in my, hiking gear, my shorts and tennis shoes or whatever it is. And he taught me that soul is so small. Soul sits right here. This is my soul seat right here where my hand is, right here at my chest. Soul is so small that I can't draw it with a pen. I cannot draw it with a pen or a pencil. And soul sits out here outside the body in your field, where your Akashic memory is and where your field is, where your mind is. Your mind is out here. Your mind is not here. This is not your mind. This is the brain. This is what makes the body function. This isn't what makes the body think or wander or wonder. All that happens out here in the mind. And soul is so small that you can't draw it, and soul only loves Creator, Great Spirit. It only loves God. That's the job of soul. That is my mate. That is the mate that I want to live with. My soul is a reflection of self, and self is a reflection of soul, which is a reflection of Creator, Great Spirit. I am the reflection of Creator, Great Spirit. That is my knowing. That is my understanding, and that is my speaking. I will say that all day, all night, all week, all month, all year, till the day I pass from this earth into another. Now, I may have a mate that comes into my life and says, I love you. I'm going to be with you the rest of your life or our lives or whatever. And that's great. Who knows? I hope that happens. But I don't believe that is my soul mate. I won't refer to that as such because my soul mate is Creator, Great Spirit, God, universe, the cosmos, infinite love, infinity. That is my lover. That is my mate. That is my soul. Aho shino and ahonata. Aho. 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 So we're coming into the last 8 minutes of the show, and it's gone really quick. 323-870-3791. If anybody has a question, anybody wants a card pulled, I can pull a card. As a matter of fact, a chakra card, and we can talk about that. But how will you come into a place of love? How do you plant the seeds? If somebody is shortchanged in the store, for your case, Linda, a Walmart or wherever the other store is, whatever that store is, do you offer change to help them out, or do they offer change to help you out? Or do you keep it for yourself because you might just want to add it to your change jar later. What do you do? How do you plant seeds? Do you say hello to somebody even when they're not looking at you when you walk down the street? I do. And sometimes people will turn and say, surprisingly, and say, hey, well, hello. And sometimes they ignore me. I can't do nothing about that. Do you say excuse me when you pass by somebody? Because I'm going to tell you, in Los Angeles, there are no manners. I went to Catholic school and I was taught manners, and I was taught to say, excuse me, pardon me, hello, goodbye, welcome, what's your name? My name's so-and-so. I was taught manners, not only in my house, but at school. And I will be in a store, at that part-time job, and people will practically knock me down to get to who knows what item is on sale that's pretending to be gluten-free and organic. And they'll knock me down and they won't say, I'm sorry, excuse me. They just keep right on going. And sometimes that's what people need to do. That's what they need to do because they weren't taught any better. And is that better? Or should I say better? They weren't taught any different. I think different's the optimal word to use, not better, because I don't believe there is better. I just believe there's different. And we are not always taught the same. We are not always taught the same. And you know what, frankly, I don't want to be taught the same, because I know there's medicine people in my world that were taught different ways and they do different things. And, and I don't ask questions of them, unless it's means something to me. I really don't ask, I really don't ask. And they don't ask you. Every now and again they'll ask, but what are the seeds? What are your seeds? What are the seeds that you're planting? If you live where there's oak trees, because in California is full of them, just like sage. If you live where there's oak trees, in the end of summer, beginning of fall, autumn, pick up acorns and put them in your pocket and give them away. I put this in the left hand of people. Left hand, because left hand is divine feminine. Left hand is receiving. Left hand is the hand of receiving, divine feminine. It receives. I put these seeds into the left hand of people to remind them that they have to let go. They have to let go in and of themselves. They have to let go to become the mighty oak. And I say this every time I talk about this. The Christ consciousness, the Christ Jesus had to die in and of himself, to become the ascended master. And I personally am ascending. I'm ascending because I have let go. I am ascending because I was willing to step through the veil, to step into the darkness, to see the light through the darkness. And not only see the light through the darkness, I was willing to step through the veil into the darkness to be the light that I would reflect in the darkness that I was seeing, because I was the light that I was seeing in the darkness. Be the light that you look to in the darkness. Don't look for somebody else to be your light. Be the light for somebody else to see. Be the light that shines, and you will shine for yourself and others in a way that is so beautiful you have no understanding yet. And you can only find the understanding in the living of that medicine, in the power of that medicine. Be willing to die in and of yourself, in the darkness, to become the light. Aho shinawana honata. Aho shinawana ho. Whew, man, what an hour. We are at the end of the show. How amazing is that? I want to let everybody know that if you want to contact me, you can reach me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can go to my website at www.sacreddrummedicine.com. Check out my events page. The events page is being updated all the time. I've got a lot of events going on. You can check out the pictures. You can sell out. There's stuff that I sell on through my web page as well. Ceremonial blankets, sage. I do house clearings, depending where the house is and how far and what the situation is. The prices vary for that sort of thing. But check that out. Check that out and see what it is that you can use. And even reach out to me through the webpage as well if you want to. You don't have to necessarily go to Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. You can go to my webpage and you can reach out to me as well. What is it that you need? What are the seeds that you are planting? Or what kind of love do you want for yourself before you can give it to others? Because you can't give away what you haven't got. If you can't plant the seeds for yourself, you can't plant the seeds for others. They tell you that on the airplane all the time when you get ready to take off. Put the mask, if the pressure drops in the cabin and the masks fall, put the masks on yourself first, because you can't give away what you haven't got. I'd like to take a minute to thank my producer, Tiffany Michelle White, Sage Woman, for being just a great support and for offering this format for not only myself, for everybody involved at Goldylocks Productions, all the other healers and the readers, everybody who does everything. I want to thank everybody for coming. Linda, thank you for your words. Sarah, thank you for your words. Sarah, give Austin a big kiss for me. Give him a big hug for me. Tell him I said hello. And until next Tuesday, when we meet again for another edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony J. Rodriguez Walking Crow, I want to wish you well, wish you blessings, and I want to thank you for coming. Aho shino wana honata. Aho shino wana he. Ho she sunata honata. Aho.